How do you reconcile that sense that true or false, that profession attracts people who are in it for the adrenaline rush versus the drudgery that is the actual job?
I think the people I know that do it, I guess a lot of people are in it for the adrenaline rush, or not so much the adrenaline rush that they would become a cop because they want to get in physical fights, but just that they're attracted to the idea of being put into these situations that are dangerous. And, that it's not every day that you're going to go interview a gang member that's a friend of your client and you meet him at a gas station and he jumps. But I think the investigators that I know are all like the private investigators that weren't cops in particular. I was talking about this to the Sisters in Crime meeting, that the investigators in San Francisco that I knew, all of them, in fact, were not cops. And then the investigators on the East Coast, most of them are ex-cops. And the ones that are not cops or were not ever cops, I think are drawn to that, just like they're outsiders and they're eccentrics and they want to be doing not office work. Well, I'm speaking for myself. I like being out in the street and I like talking to real people and being in these crazy circumstances, although I like it. But on the other hand, and this is something that doesn't get addressed much, is it wears you down. Working on these criminal cases is just like really kind of scarring in a way. That they address some, and it's almost a cliche in a way, but just the level of PTSD of dealing with so much trauma. When I was at the public defender's office and I was just in the homicide unit, just working on murder every single day of the year, you open a file, you're reading about the murder, you talk to someone, you're talking about the murder, you're looking at pictures of the crime scene. It's just every day. And eventually I really did have PTSD. In the end, I was having PTSD symptoms. So now it's kind of slowed down and I still work a lot, but not as much as then. That was just so hardcore, so fast, like so many cases. You got 8 murder trials that are starting like back to back.